So we're out here mule deer hunting, but we're not too far from where we were whitetail hunting earlier in the season. We saw a real nice 10-point buck, and we were going after him on opener. Came back out in October. We're really hopeful that we were going to get back on him and thought we'd be able to take him, but we couldn't find him at all. Deer were dying from blue tongue all over, and now we're coming across skulls. This one here I think is actually from the year before, but little buck, you can tell. But we're finding carcasses all over, and you can tell that blue tongue really did a number on the deer population. So really too bad. I think whitetail hunting out here is going to be down for at least a couple, 2 or 3 years. So we'll I don't know, we'll have to find a new whitetail spot. But muleys are not really affected by it, so I guess that's the only positive that we can see out of it. So. I think I got enough video of those. Nice, man. He's real nice. Tell me when I'm okay to see behind you. Hey, hold on. Am I good? No. Okay. How far do you think he is? Oh, 200. Yeah, 150. Just actually kicked up another decent buck. We've got 3 other bucks here, probably about 400 yards away, and hopefully those deer aren't going to spook them out. That buck wasn't anything special, but just a nice mainframe 4x4, and we got another one over the hill here that's a little bit bigger, but I still don't think it's a shooter. So we're just gonna keep moving. Really not too happy that we bumped those, but it happens sometimes. So just didn't see him while we were glassing. He's just schnozzing. He's just schnozzing, isn't he? Alright, we got a 3x4 over here. He's a pretty nice buck. Not exactly what we're looking for. A lot like the buck we saw this morning. A little bit smaller frame probably, and doesn't fork on the one side. So definitely not a shooter. I passed on one bigger already today. We're having a pretty good day finding bucks. So he's got 2 buddies. We got a spot too, and I'm gonna glass this hard. Maybe he might have another bigger buck with him. We'll see. Look at him through the scope. Luke's 2 big ones. He doesn't know how big they are, but huge bodies coming down this trail, so we're just waiting here. It's gonna be a really close shot. was 3, I guess, not 2. Oh, they spooked. None of the 3 had big enough horns on them, so we elected to pass. They ended up spooking anyway, so. But you know, we're gonna have some good luck here pretty soon. It's not going so well today. That sucked.
Keep in mind what it is. Close your mouth.
Did a number on the trees down there.
Hmm? Oh yeah.
Sitting here on this draw, we sat not too far to the east of here the other night and saw 54 deer. So we glassed it up last night. There was tons of does and bucks coming out of this draw. Kind of same thing we saw the other night we sat here. So hopefully with this cold weather, rut's kicking in, and you got about 50 does out here, you're gonna have some big bucks coming to check them out. So we're sitting here waiting and hope it pays off tonight.
On him. I'm on him. Okay.
Didn't have a clear shot. Nice 4x4. We're gonna go after him here. starting to get down here in time. We got a couple days left. The weather's somewhat cooperating with us. It's down to about 10 degrees last night, so that's good for deer movement, but we've got this 30-mile-an-hour wind that we're walking against here, and it's just killing us. It's cold, and I don't think it's helping at all with the deer. So they seem to be nestled up in the trees and pretty hard to spot. So we're out here just giving it everything we got though, and we'll hunt till last day, and if we don't get anything, we don't get anything, but I still have a feeling there's a big buck in here somewhere, so we're gonna keep trying to find him. So you see the doe right there. We were hoping there was a buck in there with those two. Still could be, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, does. Oh, there's a buck, Nailed him. Yes! Just got my buck. Just dropped him right in his tracks. About 200-yard shot. He was going up. You get the doe coming down right here. I am so pumped. That was awesome. We walked all day long. We were just having so much trouble, and all of a sudden we see this buck. We get up. He gets up. He takes off. I'm not exactly sure how big he is, but I think he's a pretty decent buck. And I tell you what, for being second to last day, I am just pumped. I am so pumped right now. Yes, dude.
You gotta be kidding me. I don't know how big he is. Sorry about the video, but we got him falling, and I'm zooming in, and it's just.
Let's do it. Let's go up there.
You gotta be kidding me.
Is that a good angle?
Yep, real good.
Okay, so here's my buck. We got him down. Tell you what, we're walking back to the truck. Been hunting this area hard today. Put on a lot of miles. Winds were just terrible, and we're going back to the truck. We're about, I don't know, quarter mile from the truck right now, and all of a sudden does just start kicking out of this draw. I get down. Luke's getting the camera ready. This buck comes up. I see him. He's about 20 wide. And I could also see he was pretty tall, and I could see his backs. And Luke saw him. He thought it was this 4x3 we've been seeing all week. We passed him up a few times, but it's later in the week, and we made the decision we were going to take him if we had a chance. He was thinking it was that buck. I wasn't exactly sure. His front right fork
It kicks in a little bit, and it looked kind of non-typical. I wasn't exactly sure what buck he was, but ends up he runs up on the hill. I took the shot before he skylined. I wanted a backdrop for my bullet, and we got up here, and first thing Luke notices is that front fork. He's a buck that we got video of earlier in the season, about 4 miles to the east. Got video of him in full velvet, so pretty excited about that. He's traveled a long way to get over here, and I'm sure glad he did. He's a great buck, and tell you what, we're coming down to the wire here. I know I was getting a little bit nervous. Luke was getting a little bit nervous, and we put a buck down. So we passed up some bucks earlier in the week that would probably score better, but this guy's pretty unique, and he's a cool-looking buck, so I couldn't be happier. So we pretty well got the vehicle packed, and now we have to do something with this thing. We got the deer all corded up in that cooler there, but we haven't really got any space for this, so we may have to bring him up front, and he might have to ride with me the whole way back. So it's not a bad thing, I guess.